It's time for my last minute 2026 FIFA World Cup group stage predictions. I'm Myguyknowsaguy. This is my football predictions channel, My Guy Knows Footy. Let's continue. I'm going to share my World Cup group stage winner picks. I cannot wait for this tournament. I've been waiting for so long. Many of you do know that I live in Toronto, Canada. I'm so happy that my city is one of the host venues. It's going to be epic. I will be dropping picks videos. I will be dropping videos here on this channel daily throughout the tournament with picks for individual matches. For now, I'm going to focus on group stage winners and other thoughts on how I think the tournament is going to unfold. Hit the like button for me and leave a comment below. Who do you think is going to win the 2026 FIFA World Cup? This is a betting channel, so a lot of what I'm talking about is from a sports betting perspective. Also, don't forget that this year's World Cup features a dramatically expanded format. The field expanded from 32 nations to 48 nations. The top 2 teams in each group still advance automatically as always, but the top 8 overall third place finishers in each group also advance. That means it's a lot easier for these teams to advance to the next round. 2/3 of the overall field has a chance to advance. Let's start with Group A, featuring one of the host nations in Mexico. Also, South Africa, South Korea, and Czechia round out the group. I'm starting this video off with a bang. I think Czechia will win Group A at plus 380 odds, and I'll tell you why. No one is going to agree with this, but I think Czechia has the physical profile to muscle the other 3 teams in this group. Group A is perceived to be one of the weakest groups overall in the tournament. This Czechia team has multiple players coming off of decent seasons for teams playing in top flight domestic leagues in Europe. Patrick Schick of Bayer Leverkusen in the Bundesliga is in excellent form at the moment, and I think he could be the leading goal scorer in this group. They also have Thomas Souček of West Ham in the Premier League, who's a quality midfielder. What really gives Czechia an edge in Group A, in my opinion, is their ability to score in set pieces. My pick to win Group A is an upset. Czechia to win Group A at plus 380 odds. This is how I think the rest of the group is going to pan out. I have South Korea second in Group A. I have host nation Mexico third. I also think Mexico will advance to the next round as one of the top 8 third place teams in the group stage. And I have South Africa finishing last in Group A. I think they'll be competitive at times, but they don't have enough quality, particularly on the defensive side of things, to get out of this group. My picks for Group A might be a bit controversial because a lot of people are picking Mexico to win this group with ease. I do think they'll be very competitive, but the pressure of playing in front of their home nation might be a bit too much to overcome. In my opinion, they do have a lot of quality. They're also a very physical team. That's why I still have them advancing to the knockout stage. Let's move on to my predictions for Group B, featuring my home nation, Canada. This might surprise you, but I'm rolling with the favorite in this group, Switzerland. I think they'll win the group at minus 135 odds. I have Canada finishing in second place. This is probably the best roster Canada has ever fielded in an international tournament. I think this is a favorable group for Jonathan David to get back on track after a slow back end of the season playing for Juventus, and Alphonso Davies is always a threat. I have Bosnia finishing third in this group and Qatar finishing last. Let's move on to Group C, featuring one of the World Cup favorites in Brazil. This group also features Morocco, Haiti, and Scotland. A very interesting group here. We all know about the quality that Brazil possesses in their lineup. They're actually going to be playing their opening match against Morocco. I can't wait to watch that game. Brazil versus Morocco should be really interesting. A lot of people are picking Morocco as a possible dark horse in this tournament, and some people are even picking them to win this group, but I will not go against Brazil against these 3 teams. I have Brazil winning Group C at minus 330 odds. They have the ridiculous championship pedigree in their manager, Carlo Ancelotti, Vinicius Jr., Marquinhos, Bruno Guimaraes of Newcastle, and Gabriel Martinelli. Some people think that this Brazil team is a bit overhyped at the moment. They do lack a true center forward against some of the top tier teams further down the road. But for now, in terms of Group C, I think they'll win the group. They have more than enough quality to do so, in my opinion. I have Morocco finishing second. I have Haiti finishing third. And I think Scotland will finish last in this group. Morocco has a great team with Hakimi and Mazraoui. They have a really experienced goalie as well. I do think this team could make some noise in the tournament, but I have them finishing second. Let's move on to my predictions for Group D, featuring another one of the 3 host nations in USA. This group also features Paraguay, Australia, and Turkey. I have a bit of a surprise here. I'm picking Turkey to win Group E at plus 190 odds. In second place, I have Paraguay. Third place, I have USA, and then I think Australia will finish last. There's a ton of pressure on this USA team to perform while hosting the World Cup alongside Mexico and Canada, but I do have major concerns about their ability to score goals. They do have a bunch of physical, dynamic athletes. USA is also a high-quality team in terms of their set pieces, but I just don't see them generating enough goals to win this group. I do think USA will be one of the top 8 third-place teams in the group stage that will advance to the next round. Turkey's a threat to make some noise in the early portions of this tournament, in my opinion, because of their high-powered attacking style. They definitely take a ton of risks when trying to score. They have an open, flowing style of play. This Turkey team has the 2 best players in this group in Kenan Yildiz of Juventus and Arda Güler of Real Madrid. I think both players are going to turn heads against these opponents. Let's move on to my predictions for Group E. Germany are pretty heavily favored to win this group. They're in great form right now, having won each of their last 9 games. Their manager, Julian Nagelsmann, has been under fire at times, but the critics have been pretty quiet recently. This Germany squad does lack a true number 9 up front, but with the technical excellence they possess throughout their squad, I find it difficult to imagine a world where Germany does not win this group. I have Germany winning Group E at minus 260 odds. I think Ivory Coast will finish second in this group. A lot of people are picking Ecuador to be second in this group, but I think Ivory Coast has what it takes. I'm picking Ecuador to finish third, and I think Curacao will finish fourth in this group. Curacao does have a sneaky defensive squad, but I don't think they'll be able to score enough goals against these 3 opponents. Let's move on to Group F, which could be one of the most competitive groups in the entire World Cup. Netherlands, Japan, Sweden, and Tunisia. This is a group where I think 3 teams will advance to the next round. Points will be at a premium in Group F. I'm picking a major upset. I think Sweden will win Group F and shock the world at plus 470 odds. They have Alexander Isak, Victor Gyökeres, and Anthony Elanga, a potent attack. They do have question marks with their goalkeeping, but I think Sweden will shock the world in this group. I think the Netherlands will finish second. They actually have one of the strongest defenses in this tournament, in my opinion. Virgil van Dijk is still a high quality player. Mickey van de Ven is a top tier defender as well. They also have Nathan Ake and Justin Timber in that back line. It's going to be difficult to score goals against Netherlands, in my opinion. I just have concerns about their attack in this World Cup, and that's why I'm giving Sweden the edge, because I think points will be at a premium in this group. It might come down to goal differential. I have Japan finishing third in Group F, and I also think they'll be one of the top 8 third place teams in the group stage to advance. I think Tunisia will finish last. They do have a couple of quality pieces in their midfield in terms of experience, but they will not be able to compete against Sweden, Japan, and Netherlands. Let's move on to Group G, featuring Belgium, Egypt, Iran, and New Zealand. Belgium are heavily favored to win Group G outright, and I think that's exactly what's going to happen. They've been one of the most disappointing countries in recent tournaments, but they still have enough quality relative to the competition to get by here with a sort of new generation building in Belgium. They still have a couple of key members of the golden generation, if you want to call it that, in Romelu Lukaku and Kevin De Bruyne, but it's actually the younger players in this Belgian squad that have emerged as stars for their respective teams in domestic league play that I think will take over in a relatively easy Group G. Jeremy Doku, Leandro Trossard should shine for this Belgium squad. I'm picking Belgium to finish first in Group G. I have a bit of an upset in second place. I think Iran will finish second. They have a lot of experience in their roster. I think Egypt will finish third in Group G, and New Zealand will finish last. Let's move on to Group H, featuring Spain, Cape Verde, Saudi Arabia, and Uruguay. Spain are the pre-tournament favorites to win the entire cup. They have a ridiculous squad featuring Lamine Yamal, who is now fully healthy just in time for the tournament after suffering a hamstring injury a couple of months ago for Barcelona in La Liga. I can't pick against Spain in this group. They're heavily favored for a reason. I think they'll win Group H at minus 450 odds. I think Uruguay will finish in second place, but I do think that the gap between them and Cape Verde and Saudi Arabia is a bit slimmer than people think. I think Saudi Arabia will finish third and Cape Verde will finish last in Group H. It's also worth noting that I think Saudi Arabia could be a sneaky candidate to advance as one of the top 8 third place teams in the group stage. Let's move on to Group I, featuring France, Senegal, Iraq, and Norway. Many people are picking France to win this tournament outright. They have one of the most talented teams in the world by far, led by Kylian Mbappe. Desiree Doué is already a superstar, having just won back-to-back Champions League trophies with PSG. Everyone's also expecting Michael Olise of Bayern Munich to be one of the best players in the entire tournament. And who can forget Ousmane Dembele? This France team is spoiled with riches, especially up front. But the tournament organizers were a bit sneaky here. This is going to be a very interesting group because of Norway and the World Cup debut of Erling Haaland. Everyone in the world will be watching Erling Haaland play against Kylian Mbappe when France plays Norway. I cannot wait for that match. I'm going against the grain here. I think Norway is going to win Group I at plus 270 odds. This would be a massive upset. Literally everyone is picking France. This Norway team has a really creative attacking style led by Erling Haaland. They have Oscar Bob, Alexander Sorloth. Norway was also perfect in the qualifying stage. They won all 8 of their matches. I think France will finish second in Group I. I think Senegal will finish third in Group I, but I also think that Senegal will be one of the top 8 third place teams in the group stage to advance to the next round. I think Iraq will finish last in Group I. There's just too much for them to overcome in terms of talent and experience in this group. Let's move on to Group J, featuring the 2022 World Cup champions from the Qatar tournament in Argentina, led by Lionel Messi. This group also features Algeria, Austria, and Jordan. Everyone's expecting Argentina to cruise in this group, but I do think that Algeria and Austria could be a test for Argentina here. I'm still picking Argentina to win Group J at minus 250 odds, but I don't think they'll dominate, if that makes sense. In second place, I'm picking a shocking result here. I think Algeria will finish second in Group J. I think Austria will finish third in Group J, and I also think Austria will be one of the top 8 third place teams in the group stage to advance to the next round. I think Jordan will finish last in Group J. They just don't have enough goal scoring. Next up, we have Group K, another team featuring a global superstar in Cristiano Ronaldo with Portugal. This group also features the Democratic Republic of Congo, Uzbekistan, and Colombia. Cristiano Ronaldo is aging. He's 41 years old. He's appearing in his 6th consecutive World Cup, a record. But honestly, this Portugal team doesn't even need Ronaldo. They are stacked with talent top to bottom. I'm picking Portugal to win Group K at minus 220 odds, although I do think Colombia will be competitive here and might turn some heads in Group K. I have Colombia finishing second, I have Congo finishing third, and Uzbekistan finishing fourth. Next up, we have the last group in the tournament, Group L, featuring England, Croatia, Ghana, and Panama. There are a lot of concerns about England and their failures in prior tournaments, but England manager Thomas Tuchel is a world-renowned strategist. I do think he will have this England team rolling. I'm rolling with England to win the group at minus 250 odds. I think Croatia will finish second in this group. I have Panama finishing third and Ghana finishing fourth. I also want to say that Panama have the worst odds to win Group L, but I think that they will be one of the top 8 third place finishers in the group stage to advance to the next round. They do have a sneaky squad. As a bonus in this video, I'm going to share who I think will win the entire World Cup, the team that I'm betting on in terms of the futures markets. But I want to ask you to hit the like button for me one more time. I haven't been as active on this channel, and if you can hit the like button and leave a comment below, that would really help this video be seen by more people. I think the World Cup final will feature Portugal versus England. I do think Brazil has a good chance to reach the final as well. I'm placing a bet on England to win the World Cup and finally get it done with this generation of players at plus 700 odds. When you consider the ridiculous goal scoring form that Harry Kane was in this season for Bayern Munich, their top tier manager in Thomas Tuchel, I think this England team will block out the noise and finally get it done in this tournament. Some would say that relative to the other World Cup contenders, that this England team might even be flying under the radar at the moment. Over the next couple of days or so, I might even add Spain to the mix. I can't count them out either. This is a stacked field in the World Cup. Won't be surprised if Spain wins it either. The only long shot that I would look at in the World Cup outright winner market is Norway at plus 3,500 odds. Norway could be a decent cash out dark horse candidate if they advance to the late stages of the tournament. Also, keep an eye on Germany at plus 1,300 odds. They are rolling at the moment, and they're another team that really is flying under the radar. Other bets I'm placing are Brazil to reach the quarterfinal at plus 100 odds. I'm also placing a bet on Norway to reach the quarterfinal at plus 240 odds. I'm placing another bet on Canada to reach the round of 16 at plus 100 odds. And I'm placing a sneaky bet on Turkey to reach the quarterfinal at plus 400 odds. I also think Harry Kane of England will be the tournament's top goal scorer at plus 450 odds. I think Erling Haaland could be a dark horse for top goal scorer at plus 750 odds, but that is heavily predicated on Norway reaching the late stages of the tournament. Hit the like button for me and leave a comment below about anything World Cup related. Subscribe to my channel now and turn notifications on so you don't miss my upcoming football predictions videos. It's My Guy Knows a Guy here on my football predictions channel, My Guy Knows Footy. Best of luck with all of your World Cup picks and predictions. I'll see you next time.